I want a Floyd Rose Tremolo. You can't handle a Floyd Rose Tremolo. It's pronounced tremolo. It's pronounced tremolo. 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 Wrong tremolo. Wrong tremolo. You are a moron. It's pronounced moron. 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 It's moron. It's moron. Today we are taking out a single locking Floyd Rose Tremolo and putting a double locking Floyd Rose Tremolo where it locks at the bridge and locks at the nut. The nut's already there. This came with a single locking licensed Floyd Rose Tremolo. This is an actual Floyd Rose Tremolo, Floyd Rose. We're just going to change it out. I checked the measurements. Everything will fit because sometimes that's an issue, and that doesn't seem like we're going to have that issue whatsoever. But this episode is that, and also how to set up the Floyd once you get it in, because a lot of people have trouble with them. A lot of people have trouble keeping them in tune. But I'll show you how to do that, or how I do that. And I can get them to where you can't knock them out of tune. You can throw them down a flight of stairs and pick them up and they'll still be in tune. It's amazing. But once you get them in tune, they stay in tune. There's some tricks to it. I'll show you all that. A lot of people have trouble with them. We're going to solve that today. Okay, first things first. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and remove your locking nuts. Just get them out of the way. All right. Second thing you want to do is let's go ahead and get the whammy bar out of it. Get it out of the way. All right. Flip her over, remove the back plate. These screws, through trial and error, need to do a little fill and re-drill on these particular screws. They're a little stripped out. Anyway, that exposes your tremolo. Now we're going to have to, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this a little bit. Loosen your tremolo springs just a hair. Let them a little lax. We see how far that's going to pull back as soon as we loosen the strings. But easiest thing to do is just to go ahead and take the strings loose, all of them. Go ahead and get them out. If you get them out of the way, it'll be so much easier to do this. You know what? I'm even going to bonus this by, there we go. I'm going to keep the strings. What I'll be doing, since the ball end is still on the end of it, which I'll show you here in a minute, it's still there. So I'm just going to clip the balls off in the and reuse the strings. Why not? I'm doing it the hard way. I'm not using my little string winder. So always be careful, because you'll poke yourself with strings. I always do. It's just my forte, I think, is if I can do something working on a guitar and not poke a hole in my fingers, I'm doing really good. All right, then the next thing is real simple. Is get those springs off. I just happen to have enough strength in my hand where I can just pop them off. A lot of you, I mean, most of the time it's relatively easy to get these off. Then your tremolo, basically, just kind of wiggle it till you get it out. All right, look at there. If you can see how the ball end goes into the end of these strings? When we put a regular Floyd Rose on, we go ahead and clip those balls off, and it goes in actually into a clamp. See, I poked my finger. I'm bleeding. But anyway, you can see where they're going to lock up closer, so we're going to actually have some extra string by the time I clip the balls off, because they're actually going to move up to there, so we'll get a few extra winds out of it. Anyway, but then the next step, of course, is, hey, take your tremolo, make sure it fits in there. See? Oh, all right, looks like we're gonna have to do a little bit of an adjustment. The only thing we're gonna have to do, there's always something. Nothing goes completely smooth on these things when you're doing something like this. I'm just gonna screw these out a little bit. I have to adjust the height, of course, but the height differences, there's going to be a little difference in the height anyway. So we'll go ahead and just loosen these inserts. See if I can get them out any faster. All right. Of course, this thing's a 1986 model. This has never been moved. It's a little bit tight. Let's see if we can go ahead and see where we're at. Oh, okay, I don't have to pull it out now. All right, now I can just screw it down. All right, let's get her in there. Fun, fun, fun. All right, pretty close. Now the fit, let's make sure that this thing's going to set down in the spot where this one was. Let's see. Okay, so actually that's going to float a little bit higher. It's got to come up above there. See there and there. This needs to come up just a hair. So floating evenly would be roughly around there. It's not hitting anything, so it's going to work. I was a little worried about that, but anyway, yeah, pulling it out, if you're wanting to do that for some reason or another, is gonna prove to be a little tougher. So I like to go ahead and put the springs back on. The center. And there we go. All right. Now it looks like it's setting pretty good. All right. Okay. Now what you want to do is kind of pull all your strings out, clip them off. I just clip the balls off right past where the wind ends, about right there. As you can see where I'm clipping them off. In case you want to do this and save some strings. I mean, you know, you can put brand new strings on it, but these are good brand new strings. That's kind of why I'm keeping them. But anyway, past where that wind stops. But anyway, that'd be an easy way to leave them there so you can pull one out at a time. But generally, Just, if you've ever put a Floyd, changed a Floyd out, you're familiar with this. It's got to go down. You got to loosen it until that string, you can feel it bottoming out. And then, here's another trick people don't do. Don't tighten yet. Bend it forward, then tighten it. And it needs to be pretty decently snug. Do not over tighten these, whatever you do, because that could cause more problems than it's worth. Just pretty snug is the best way to put it. Then after that, it's just, you know, like a general string change. Hold on, I can get my eyeballs on. I can't see what I'm doing. But first one's always pretty easy. I won't leave you too long here. You might change. Watch somebody else do this. Anyway, let me tighten this up. Get the first string going. Let me adjust that camera so you can kind of see everything I'm doing. I don't know. The Floyd's not going to be setting right in there, you know, to start off. That's just part of what this is. Let me position this camera a little better so you can kind of... I don't want to be in the way either, so let's go this way. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Anyway, then cool thing, about leaving them on there is you can pull each string and you know which one's which. You don't have to do any guessing. Same thing here. See, it won't go in. Just loosen it until you feel that string drop down to the bottom. There it goes. You can feel it. Then it bottoms out. Then bend it forward. Very important that you bend it forward. A lot of people don't think that. They just tighten it up and then bend it. No, bend it forward first so it centers itself in the middle of that block. That's an important thing. Doesn't sound like it should be that important, but it is. All right. We're using, well, these days I'll even do a string change, and how I do that, because I'm pretty fast at changing strings, but I've probably changed at least 5,000 sets of strings in my life. Next string, same routine. This gets a little redundant, but it's just part of it. Same thing. Are we going to the bottom? No. Oh, we hit bottom right there. Bend it forward. Same thing. A little snug. Okay. A lot of things you just gain a feel over. You know, throughout your life, you'll just get a good feel for doing certain things. Like some people that cut the nuts on a guitar. You know, the string height sometimes, as they're adjusting it and filing on it, it's just a feel that they have, and they're just looking for that feel. I don't have enough string there. Yeah, we do. Okay, we're good. So I might have clipped too much string off, but it looks like we're there. At least get one wind under that string. There we go. Looks like we're gonna have some excess, maybe. Okay. Oh, those two came out. Same thing here. Hopefully we have enough string. Let's see. Are we gonna? This one you gotta tie the string around and, you know, make it clamp itself to the string. I'll do a video on how I change strings on just your basic guitar coming up, and it'll I am pretty fast at it, but you gain, it's just like anything. If you work in a factory and you don't ever gain speed on whatever particular thing you're doing, you're not going to have a job too long, because they usually understand that you're going to be a little slow at first, but you got to be able to keep up with the line, and that sometimes it's a little tough. Yeah, see, this is where I need to grab, you need to grab the needle nose. That's where you need to cheat, because you're dealing with a little bit shorter string than a new peg. So in some instances, it's just easier to put brand new strings on. But, you know, hey, in this economy, shoot, save every penny you can right now. Everybody's running around broke. But anyway, hopefully you're not. Oops. I'm so blind I can't tell. I gotta go by feel. Which string is which, okay? Here we go. We're getting there. Hope you're not timing me and laughing. Some of you experienced guys that know how to do this. You're going, God, this guy's slow. But I'm humble. I know there's guys out there that can just blow me away at playing guitar and everything else. But the older I get, the more you just kind of accept that. It's just how life is. You're gonna have a lot of guys that are just better, because the skill today, I mean, the skill of drummers in my lifetime has just been, well, guitar too, but the skill of drummers is just phenomenal today. It's just crazy how good they are in the polyrhythmic beats. I mean, when I was growing up, all you had to know was 4/4 time, pretty much, playing rock or country or. All right, one more string. Now we got this one done. Some people are going, geez, look at how fast he's changing those strings on that Floyd Rose. Oh my God. Dude, it's lightning fast. Probably not. But anyway, not too many people are doing that right now. If there's any. Probably zero. Nobody watches my videos, but I don't care. I'm still going to make them. If anything, just to irritate people that don't like me. Which, you know, I'd like to say we all have people that don't like us, but I have a lot of people that don't like me for one reason or another. I don't know why that is. Some people just do not like me. But I don't care. When you get my age, they don't like me. Piss off, I don't care. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, trying to watch my language while I'm doing this. Look at this. I'm on string number 6. Wee-hoo. Actually, string number 1. You really want to number them by what the dummies teach you. But anyway, we got extra string now. Go ahead and trim that off. Not gonna need it. We're reusing these old strings anyway, I don't care. But, well, I mean, I do have plans. I am going to probably put 9.5s on this. Beautiful. The whole idea, okay, when you are putting a Floyd Rose in, it is spring pull against string pull. It's really hard to say fast. String pull against spring pull. Well, string pull, spring pull. Anyway, see how that works right there? Now, but the whole idea is to get it in tune and then see where your Floyd Rose is sitting once you get it in tune. So, it's just, since this is the only tuner I have, and I'm using my phone to record with, I just kind of like to slowly bring things up to pitch. Now, I mean, we're fighting. See, it's already starting to float. As I tighten the strings, they start to float. So. Floyd's already too high. All right, there we go. We're close to E, but we're too tight. Always work the springs a little bit. I'm gonna try to position this. See, it's not in tune, but the Floyd is already just a little too high. You want that parallel with the body. That is where you want that Floyd to set, parallel. This is coming out of the body just a hair. So you counter it. Go ahead and get it countered immediately. Go ahead and take this, tighten it about a full 360 turn. Make it level. Okay. About the same pull, then take a look at it again. Now your strings should be, actually pitch should be too high. Just notice that we got a little measurement difference there. As you can see, the block on this Floyd is longer. Yep, about an 1/8 inch longer. So it's going to actually pull harder. So one way to remedy this situation is to go ahead and add another spring. So I'm gonna try to do this with my hands. This gets a little tougher right here because we already have string. I'm fighting string pull too, and I'm trying to do it with my hands. So, oh yeah, there we go. Kind of tough. You got to have pretty strong hands to do that. There's tricks to it too. So I'm adding a spring. Oh, that one's a little tough to hit. I'm going to go ahead and add a 4th spring, and then we'll go ahead and level it out. Yeah, it pulled that tremolo right down. Quite. Let's see where we're at now. Pretty close. That was a lucky guess. Usually there's a little bit more adjustments. That one came out just about. You can see how I did that. I added a 4th string. What I did is I removed the center string, moved it over, and then added another spring. That just gives it enough pull into it to fight that string pull, because we are dealing with a little bit shorter block that's about an 1/8 inch shorter. Now the way it's carved back here, it was made to fit one, so a regular Floyd. But this one, of course, they had to make adjustments. That's why they only needed 3 springs. This one's 4. Sometimes you need 5 if it's real short. But anyway, it pulls less hard. The longer that block is, sets on the fulcrum, the longer it is, the less it has to pull to get it to come down. So that's just geometry. Okay. Of course, stretch those strings. Do it just like I'm doing it right there. Just kind of wave them around. What you're doing is you're pulling them tight up against the tuner. And it doesn't take much. And then let's look at the Floyd. Let me get my glasses on so I can kind of see. If you look at the Floyd now, Man, it is. Let me look at the camera as I'm doing it. Wow. Okay. It looks like it's floating. We tune again. It's floating. It is parallel with the body. Just a little bit out of tune there. That's common to have to tune it up. Okay. It's still pretty level. Looks like tightening it up. Might have to just a slight turn. Not much. We're just a hair off of parallel. So about a quarter. There we go. Now it's sitting pretty. Let's see how. I should have to tune it up just a hair more. Whoop, too far. Ooh, wow. These also have fine tuners on them. I'm going to give it a couple turns on the fine tuners. Oh, it's dead on now. It is dead on, centered, and see if it holds when I get the final tune. I'm going up and down on these, I notice. You always want to have your fine tuners almost all the way up with a couple turns in, which I forgot to do. Just turn them down, let them all the way out. You want this, like, you want to be able to push down on these and them come almost all the way up with just a slight tightening. Tune it again. A little more stretching. Stretch, tune, stretch, tune, stretch, tune. Do it about 6 times. Don't be lazy. Do it all 6 times. That string's still trying to set in the nut correctly. Hold on. It's going loose every time so's the A string. Okay, almost there. All right, string pull. It's level, but it is going just, I mean, we're talking a 1/16 of a turn there. Just each time you run into it, work your Floyd, work those springs. Hear it going back into No matter which direction I go. Oops. That right there. Wow. Parallel. It's right where you want your Floyd to sit. See where it's just parallel all the way across on the body. I hope this camera can catch that. But anyway, now all you got to do is put the nuts back on it. Go ahead and snug those down. And you got to tune it again. Normally, when I do a Floyd Rose change, it's a good 30-minute process. If everything goes smoothly, as long as I'm not changing anything out on it or you know, having to do any adjustments other than the adjustment I set it up on initially after the last change. Because as you play, usually your fine tuners, you tighten them up a little bit because you adjust. After 4 or 5 songs, you might be a hair off on 1 or 2 string. But basically, it'll stay in tune through 3 sets of music. I've done it for years. That's still in tune. Yeah, we're there. See, just bumping the fine tuners. Get them setting right on 440. There, we're there. See how it goes right back into tune? That's where you want to be, and that's all you need to do. Now, I'll do a video on intonation. By the looks of it, this thing may be close, but it's going to need a little bit of an adjustment there. Let me grab a whammy bar. You always got to put a whammy bar on it and test it. Put a little bit of a stress test on it. So, put the whammy bar. The whammy bar that went on this one had male threads. This one is the female threads. See there? Okay, quick review. Remember, parallel I should say, parallel in the body. It goes straight across. There is no difference. It's not up or down into the body. Parallel. If it's not, adjust it spring-wise, but against the tuning. Tune it. If it's sinking down into the body, you're going to have to loosen the springs. If it's coming up out of the body, you're going to have to tighten the springs. And once you get it there, once everything's level, and it will stay in tune. It will. That's all. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share it. It's still in tune. Thanks for watching. Y'all be cool.